Okay, there we go. There we go.
You need the TV off.
It's not on. Well, it's not saying nothing.
Oh, I mean, nothing was showing me, but
All right. So y'all, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So y'all, we got something we want to talk to y'all about.
you got two thumbs up, one.
As usual.
Okay, jump.
Okay, y'all. So we got something that we want to talk to y'all about. Um, we're not gonna be on here long because we probably gonna have multiple. We'll have another one coming right behind this, and this is basically just how I'm going to do my live screens or whatnot from here on out. So you want to get straight into it?
Okay, we're gonna talk to y'all about recently in the state of Washington. They've had more than 300,000, not 300, not 30, 300,000 cases of the bird flu. So, what does that mean for you? How does that affect your pockets? Now, again, I'm not sure how many of y'all that's heard about it or seen it on the news, because as we see nowadays, since the 20th of January, the news has been suspect. But in this case, you know, chickens were affected. But that's a two-part situation because you have chickens that they use for meat and you have chickens that they use for eggs. And the ones that's for meat, you can get eggs out as well. But that affects you on two fronts. That affects your meat source when it comes to chicken, and it affects your eggs. That affects your prices in the store. That affects your pocket. So these are things we need to be paying attention to because the funny part is not just affecting chickens. It's affecting other meats or other animals. I say it that way. So will that drive up prices across the board for other animals as far as in the stores go? Yep. So I find it, me personally, funny that some of the very organizations that we had operating that would get this information out to us or make it public for us have been shut down. So, what does 300,000 birds flu cases really do to how you feed your home? It does a lot because if that bird's affected, that chicken's affected, this is what they can't do. They can't harvest that chicken. They can't sell that chicken. They can't get eggs from that chicken. So that's one bird. But then there's 299,999 other ones that has the same effect. That's going to drive prices in the stores. Listen, as a if you're the business owner, you're that farmer. That's your flock. That's your whole season. For some farmers, that's their season. They've been coming into probably what? September, October. They went out and bought all these chickens, or they spent all this money getting these eggs fertilized, spent all that money feeding these chickens, only for them to be gone. And then the ones that they are able to rescue, they suspect. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, because if they was in the same facility or vicinity of the other birds, how do you know that they're not affected as well? But they want to get some kind of money out of all the money they done put in, that they still send it out. And you won't know until, you know, you're on the opposite end of a bird flu chicken. So these are things that, you know, we need to look at. And I find it funny, you know, the article is from Axios Seattle, and this is dated as of January 24th. 307,800 birds in Washington State have been affected by the H5N1. The bird flu virus also killed 20 big cats last year and was detected in some wild mammals. So it ain't just getting the chickens.
Did you talk about the new one? The H5. So there's a new one out. A new strain of the bird flu.
You talking about that one?
That's flip it over. There's a new one out.
It's saying the new type is a sign that two or more viruses could be affecting the same animal and swapping genetic material. Swapping genetic material. So basically, it's using the animals as a host to create a new form. And here in North Carolina, when you go down these country roads, you see big buildings, or I'll say, what do you want to call them? Coops.
Mm-hmm.
Big coops, the industrial size ones.
Like the big barns, y'all, the big cattle barn thing.
And I'm talking, this is like every couple of miles, you see, it's not one building, it's 4 to 5 buildings they're using to raise these chickens, get eggs, and eventually harvest them for sale. Now imagine one of those birds getting sick in that big coop. That's a lot of chicken. Along with that, a lot of eggs. Like,
that's a lot of money wasted because they have fed those chickens to get up. But the main thing is there's a new strain out. And the crazy thing about it, what really affects us is the prices of eggs is even higher. But now restaurants have started surcharging because they for anything that's egg is in, or if you're getting eggs. So Waffle House is that restaurant, is one of the restaurants. If you go in there, they have signs up on the outside. If you go in and if you go in and you get an egg, some of them have it where if you get an egg, or I guess anything that's made with egg, or either like a side of egg or something, they are surcharging you more because of the cost of eggs. Now that's crazy.
Per egg.
Mm-hmm. Per egg.
So if you want an omelet, I think it's 50 cents per egg surcharge. So if you want an omelet and they usually use 3 eggs for that omelet, that's $1.50 more. And the crazy part is people don't understand that adds up. It adds up real quick. Have you seen a Waffle House? Well, today's Thursday. So for most major cities, it's a club night. After the club, for most in the South, they have the Waffle House. That's where they go after the club. They go to the Waffle House, and they mind. So for some people, they thinking they sobering up before they get ready for work
Back
with
home,
that
it
cup of
ain't.
coffee.
I think a lot of them in Jackson, Mississippi, they done closed because it
Yeah, because
fights. It was fights and shootings, and I think I may have one or two open, but that was the hangout spot. Was the Waffle House in most areas. Now, and of course they was buying stuff because you go there, you you drunk, you hungry.
you spending a lot more than you would if you went there just to grab you something to eat. But and that's just not the Waffle House. That's you have to look at if the Waffle House is going to charge you 50 cents more an egg. What do you think these other restaurants are doing without you noticing? The IHOPs, the other breakfast, the local breakfast joints that well, matter of fact, we just got one here in town that's called egg something, but their specialty is breakfast and lunch. They're only open for breakfast and lunch. So if their price,
First watch. Was it
well,
first
you
watch?
got First Watch, but that one that just opened down Gum Branch, the Egg Wonderful, something in the lines of that. But you got to think if they're paying more to get product into the restaurant, they're going to charge you more to make the product because we're living in a society where these businesses are not going to incur the difference in the price. They're not going to let their pocket soak that in. They're going to move it onto the customer. That's reality. That's the way it is. So this egg thing and it moves over into the meat aspect of it as well because they can't sell them chickens. So they're out of money. So the ones they can sell that maybe was housed in another house that didn't get affected, that price per chicken is going up. And unfortunately, for most people, your paycheck ain't going up to make up the difference of the prices that's going up. So you got to figure a way to budget your way through this crisis that we're in because most people will fail to call it what it is. It's a crisis. But it's crazy how when you listen to the media tries to put it on pre-January 20th administration, but you have the current administration that's closing the public off to information that is vital to them making decisions on how they're going to take care of their family. And some people even getting put out of jobs. So I don't know. It's weird that all of a sudden all this is happening. Then you got trucks crashing with eggs. You got trucks getting jacked for eggs. We was in Walmart when we saw the what was the pack?
You said the what?
In Walmart.
For the egg?
Yeah.
The 60 count 20.99.
60 count of eggs, $20.99. $20.99. That's per pack. That's the effect of whatever company, whatever farm was supplying them eggs, they had some loss and they pushed that loss onto the customer. Something else I want y'all to think about. When you hear about all these chickens being affected with these diseases, I want you to think about this. Where are these stores getting their eggs from? Are they getting eggs from these same places where that was affected? Or are they getting eggs from somewhere that wasn't affected at all, but is taking advantage of the situation and bumping the price of their eggs so they can make more money because guess what? They know people are gonna buy it. That's something to think about. Because I know it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy. It's just like, I mean, it's just so much. And the bird flu been around for a couple years since really 2020, but now it's just like it's done escalated even more. And I mean, to the fact that restaurants is charging you extra for some eggs, you already coming in there spending and stuff. That tells you just how expensive it has gotten. Um, it has gotten, it's and farmer like chicken farmers and stuff. It talks about how they are really, really taking a hit. So let me get some of y'all comments real quick, and then we're gonna get off because we got another live screen that we're gonna come on here and do. And that one is gonna be really a mind blower, a thinker, okay? So let's see. Diane Wynn said they have been sending out texts telling people not to purchase chicken here on the stores, huh? Why is that? Why doesn't it affect everyone else? Carrie Parks.
It affects everybody. I'm guessing they're saying right here.
Oh, price of eggs around the world, they relatively cheap.
Well,
Oh.
you want the answer that is logical, or you want the answer that is gonna have people knocking on the doors in the morning? Because I can tell you both answers. But the reality is this: what we have going on here in the U.S. versus what's going on in foreign countries, you'd be surprised. Because I tell you this: for y'all that are in the country states, the Midwest, the South, how many of y'all on a normal drive or when you're traveling on a road trip and you see all this farmland with all this cattle and all this other good stuff? I want you to think of this. But all this cattle that's in the US and all this farmland, why do we bring in so much meat from out the US? And that right there answer your question. Matter of fact, if you get a chance, Google what meats we get from Canada. That'll shock you alone, then that'll answer your question. We got all this farmland with all this cattle. You see cows moo-hooing up and down the road, sleeping, standing up, people jumping over fences trying to knock them over.
PG Sam Jill, can you ship eggs through the mail? Yeah, I mean for hatching eggs. Hatching eggs.
Better say they first.
Yeah. Better say they hatching egg. No, I ain't gonna say that. Somebody better take that and be like, she already telling people that to ship eggs on the thing. Pigeon. I know you can't hatching eggs, okay? All right. Um, okay, so Diane Wynn said they are recalling chicken sold in our stores. Wow, that's not shocking. Rodriguez said, I bet you the grocery store is going to raise their price up. All the food, especially. Yeah, and that's what you got to look into, because if restaurants is charging a surcharge for when you get something with egg in it, think about all the food that has eggs in it, all your pastries, your most of your breads, just everything, mayonnaise, just so much has egg in it. A lot of your pies, your cakes, all that stuff has eggs in it. And see, what I feel like is somewhere somebody is working on is working on a lab a lab egg substitute, because I can see that where everybody want to do all this lab stuff and all that. I mean, you because
lab grown egg.
Yeah, they growing babies in the lab. They growing meat in the lab. So, yep.
Well, your mom would make everybody just go to the powder eggs.
You think they gonna be? I bet you powder eggs is probably. I bet you they high and they sold out, and that's something I got. Even the plant-based eggs. You better go plant-based. Get you some of that. I don't know how they gonna work in bacon and stuff. What is it? What is it? Hold up. The plant-based egg is called. Hold on. Let me see. It's I can't.
Egg.
Let me see. It's I remember. Oh, just eggs. Just Diane went. Yup, just eggs. So it's crazy. So I mean, do what you and see. I told y'all months, maybe a year or 2 years ago. I had said make sure you get you some dehydrated eggs, some powdered eggs. For those of you that said that you did not want to get chickens or couldn't get chickens or whatever the case may be, I told you powdered eggs, powdered eggs. What was it? Augusta Farms has the powdered eggs. Even some of those dehydrated kits or whatnot have powdered eggs in it. Okay, so I mean, now I don't even know what the prices of it be. Probably high as I don't know what. But y'all, we've been on here 21 minutes, and I'm trying to keep the live screens, at this point, some of them a little lower because we got so much that we want to talk about and want to keep it separate for the people that just want to hear one thing. So, what I'm about to do is end this live screen and we're going to come back on because we have another topic. And this right here is very serious. It's going to cover a lot of stuff. So, if YouTube don't send the notification out, just come back over here. Like literally 2 minutes. Literally like 2 minutes, okay? I don't know if they're gonna send a notification, and you should see that we are live again. All right. So thank y'all for coming in. For those of you that may not come back over here, thank y'all for coming in. Make sure y'all, but I hope y'all come into this live stream because it's gonna be an eye opener for a lot of people that don't know, and everything is just gonna fall in line. Okay. So with that being said, we will see y'all here in about 2-3 minutes. Okay. Bye.